What's it going to take to beat the Bears week 1? Let's talk Lions. A lot transpired over the Labor Day weekend, and by a lot, I mean the Lions acquired Adrian Peterson from the Washington football team. Didn't see it coming. Had some conversation with some friends regarding it. All in all, I think it's a great move. Personally, somebody like Kerryon Johnson and DeAndre Swift, Kerryon, it's his third year. DeAndre Swift, it's his first year, rookie year. To have somebody like Adrian Peterson in your rotation and simply on the bench and in the locker room, that's an awesome mentor. So I'm totally down with it. Plus, we don't know how many reps Peterson's going to get, but when you have a guy like Kerryon, who is obviously injury prone, it's good to have a stud and a, future Hall of Famer in the backfield. Actually pretty happy with it. Having a good mentor at your position is huge, especially as a young guy. What's it going to take for the Lions to beat the Bears this weekend? Number 1, Matt Stafford's arm. The Bears' defense was awesome at stopping the run game last year. They can stop the run. And so really we're going to have to rely, I believe, heavily on Stafford's arm. And with the wonderful threat of Golladay, Marvin Jones, Hawkinson at tight end, and Danny Amendola. I love that lineup. I think our receiving core is quite the squad. It's a good crew. And so, first and foremost, we're going to have to rely on Stafford's arm and the passing game. And if we've seen anything with our run game, we've been, struggling. It was pretty good until Kerryon obviously got hurt. But that's why I think we're really going to have to use Stafford's arm. Another thing to consider with this is the fact that the Bears secondary is a whole new slot of guys. They have a bunch of new names joining their team, taking over the secondary. They drafted a guy, they picked some people up. So their secondary is not the same crew as it was last year, which also could play a huge factor in it with not having the chemistry you need on game day. So first and foremost, Stafford, baby. It's going to take that arm. It's going to take passing. Can our pass game be on point, accurate, and our guys moving down the field? Number 2, key factor in beating the Bears is going to be our secondary, right? We obviously lost Darius Slay. And by lost, I mean we traded him away like a kid at the lunchroom table who gave, Dunkaroos for Danimals. The heck is picking Danimals? I didn't even eat the cookie part. I would just dip that pinky in there and grab the frosting, which is really, when you think about it, 90s kids, we had some great lunch snacks. Can our secondary do the job? We gave Slay away for nothing, but we did pick up Desmond Trufant from Atlanta to fill that slot. And we obviously got Jeff Okudah in the first round. He's a rookie, and training camp, he hasn't been declared a starter, so I don't know. That's kind of a big deal. So that's our secondary. Another huge factor. Factor number 3 is, can we get to the quarterback? Can we actually break through the O-line and sack the quarterback? That was one of the most frustrating things last year watching, is the amount of times I'm just watching the opposing QB dance around the pocket like it's friggin', the Aristocats. Just dancing like it's a little jazz club, and little kitty cats are playing the bass and the sax. We did pick up 2 guys from New England. We grabbed Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton. Jamie Collins is a linebacker. Danny Shelton's on the D-line. They're good. They're excellent. So I think acquiring both Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton are going to be huge for us and for our defense overall, because our defense struggled so much last year. What were we, like 27th in points let up? It was something crazy. You're not going to win anything doing that. And so we have made a bunch of moves on the defensive side that I think are going to play out really well for us. So that's going to be another key factor. And lastly, number 4, can our O-line protect Matt Stafford? We let him get sacked up and down the joint last year. And then, after Stafford was gone, it was abysmal. I think that those are the 4 key factors in the Detroit Lions beating the Chicago Bears week 1. Got to rely, A, on the heavy pass game. The Bears secondary is brand new, so that will play into it. Next is our secondary. What's that going to be like? What's that going to look like? And I feel like we're going to be good. Next is, can we get to the quarterback? And then O-line. Those are our key factors for this week. Not to mention, what's our run game going to be like? Obviously, we picked up DeAndre Swift as our second-round pick, which will be really great to be able to bounce from both Kerryon to DeAndre Swift. However, DeAndre Swift got hurt in training camp. So, that's a little dicey, which is why I think another reason we picked up Adrian Peterson, because, hey, look, if our number 1 and number 2 running backs are injury-prone or have already been injured, we're in trouble. And we saw the way we fell off when we didn't have a run game last year. So with that being said, that's how we're going to beat the Bears week 1. So let me ask you, what do we need to do in order to beat the Bears? Please just name it and then throw it up as a Hail Mary. And get the W, huh? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing to get all your Detroit Lions news. I will see you again next week after we put a W on the board against Chicago.